Welcome to M20 Fitness. Our goal is to help you have a healthy relationship with exercise. This is intro class number 6 of 6, so this is the last one. Hopefully you've done 1 through 5 and now you're ready to tackle the 6th one. And the goal of these intro classes is to help you understand how M20 Fitness works. We take you through all 4 phases of a movement plan, and I really walk you through it at level 1 so you understand how to get started. I work the clock, I offer a lot of coaching, and the entire class is here for you to do it along with, and hopefully you got a buddy that you're doing it with as well. So you're both doing it with the video. And this is preparing you for getting into the regular movement plan stream. So 3 times a week, a new movement plan comes out. After you've done these 6 intro classes, you'll be ready to tackle all those movement plans because you've seen all 20 movements, you've seen the different kinds of challenges that we do, you have a sense for how it all works, okay? So as always, there are 4 phases. There's a warm-up, we're going to score some movements, we're going to do the challenge, and we're going to cool down. So here's the warm-up video. Remember, if you have your own way of warming up, getting your mind and your body ready to exercise, you can skip this video and do it your way, or go ahead and do it along with the video, and I'll see you when we get ready to score some of the movements. Every good movement plan starts with a warm-up. I've got mine, and I'm going to share it with you now, and I welcome you to do it with me. If you already have your own, please do yours. Anything's fine as long as it gets your mind and body ready to do the exercise. I like to start with my hands out, thumbs forward, and do some small arm rolls to the front. Keep them small and tight, and you're just working those small muscles, getting them warmed up. And we're going to take the thumbs and point them back and do small circles to the back. Again, nice tight small circles. You can feel the little muscles and connectors starting to warm up. Okay, now I want you to open up your palms, face them forward, and we're going to tilt side to side. Try and increase your range of motion as you're going back and forth. Also, go ahead and widen your stance a touch in the middle. This will slightly change the way this movement affects your warm-up. Okay, now we're going to twist the entire torso. So I want your arms out and just spin one way and then spin the other. I'm really coming up on my back foot, up onto the toe, as I try and extend twist in each direction, extending the range of motion. Then we're going to do the chicken wings. So the arms are going to open and close. You can feel this in your chest and your back. Kind of loosening up those muscles. Heart starting to pump a little bit. And then the next motion with your hands, you're going to start with them by your side. One goes forward and one goes back. And they meet up above you. And then just come back down and up the other way. So you're doing large circles in opposite directions. And you can start to speed that up a little. And I like to put a little dip into it. And each time I maybe get a little bit deeper. Starting to get my whole body into it now. All right, now we're going to take it up to the top. Neck rolls one direction. And we'll take it the other way. Okay, let's take it down to the shoulders. We're going to roll them forward. So scrunch them up, rotate them forward, lower them as much as you can to bring them back. We'll go the other direction, backwards rolls. Loosening up everything around your shoulder and necks. Okay, next thing we're going to do a shoulder roll. So try and hold your hips still and rotate just the upper torso around. And of course we'll do this the other way too. Okay, let's take it a little further down. Now try and hold your shoulders still over your ankles, and just your hips are going to move. Rotate those in one direction. And then we'll switch it and go the other way. Okay, now we're going to take it all the way down your knees. So try and hold your hips still, and your knees are going to rotate in one direction. Really exaggerate that such that your ankles are flexing as well. And then we'll take it the other way. Okay, now that we're down here in the legs, we're going to take one leg and pick it up. If you'd like to hold onto a chair or a wall for extra balance, feel free to do so. I'm going to hold my leg and we're going to do ankle rolls one way. And then back the other way. And then point and flex that toe. Now we're just going to swing this leg. Again, hold on to the chair or the wall if you need to. We're just swinging that leg back and forth. And we're going to do the same thing on the other leg now. So bring this up. Ankle rotation one way. Ankle rotation the other way. And then point and flex that toe. Then we're going to go ahead and swing this leg. Okay, we're almost done with the warm-up. What we're going to do is get a nice wide stance with the toes pointed forward, lunge out to one side. We'll just feel that stretch. Hold it for a second. Now what I want you to do is point your toes in the direction that you're lunging, but hold that lunge still. So we're just changing that stretch, getting different parts of the legs. Okay. Let's bring toes back to pointing forward, and we'll take the lunge out to the other direction. Toes remain pointing forward. We'll hold that out there for a little bit. And now what I want you to do is point your toes in the direction that you're lunging. Okay, so that's a good dynamic warm-up. What I want you to do is take another minute and on your own, get anything you feel might be a little tight, a little stiff, and really start getting your head and your body ready, because we're going to jump into scoring some movements next. Keep moving. Okay, great job with the warm-up. We're going to score 3 movements today. Number 18, the handstand. Yes, we'll get you to do handstands eventually. Number 19, the jump rope, and number 20, my personal favorite, the thruster. All right, so let's start with the handstand number 18. I'll show you level 1 for this. It's just a simple frog kick. And the whole idea here is you're getting your body ready for the inversion, for going upside down. So you're going to lift one leg high up above you, put body weight up on your arms, and bring the leg back down. And then you're going to kick the other leg up and bring it back down. And the whole idea is you're starting to go into the inverted position, but far from the actual handstand still. We'll make progress towards that as we get better, okay? So it's as many of those frog kicks as you can do in 2 minutes. I'll start the clock. We'll do this together. 3, 2, 1, go. So just a nice big kick up with that leg and bring it back down. And then the other leg comes up and bring it down. And you'll see I'm really bringing my body weight forward up onto my arms. Each time I kick a leg up, it counts as a rep. And what I'm doing is getting myself more comfortable with the idea that I'm going to be going inverted soon. Level 2 is more of a mule kick. So see with the frog kick, one leg's up and the other leg stays stationary on the ground? That's great for level 1. As you get used to it, you start going to level 2, and what happens is you kick that leg harder such that the bottom leg or the other leg comes off the ground. But that's level 2. We're not there yet. I just wanted to show you what we're going to work towards. And level 3, as you might guess it, is a full-blown handstand. But right now we're just really working on kicking up high behind with one leg while the other leg remains on the ground. And we're shifting some body weight forward onto the arms and then taking it off again. And just under a minute to go. Every time we kick a leg up, it counts as a rep. Great job. This one's, you know, a lot of people say there's no way I'm gonna ever do a handstand again. Maybe I never could do a handstand, and after a certain amount of time being away from the handstand game, you know, aging and whatnot, certainly not gonna be able to do a handstand. I tell you what, stick with M20 for a little while, you will be doing handstands, I promise. You definitely can. We'll make progress and work towards it. And it all starts right here at level 1. Again, just kicking that leg up, kind of getting your bottom up above your shoulders, your head lower, tuck that down, and then some body weights on your arms. You're getting used to holding that body weight. 6 seconds to go. Get a couple more in real quick. And stop. All right, excellent job there. That was the handstand. If you're scoring this on the iPhone app, you just slide out at level 1 to capture the number of reps you did, or you can write it down. Have a sip of water, and I'll start talking about the next movement we're going to score, which is number 19, the jump rope. So I've got a jump rope here. Sizing the jump rope, what I like to do personally is stand on it with both feet very close together, and then the handles come up just to my armpits. For me, this is the ideal size. You may want it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter, but if you use this as a starting point and make adjustments from there, you'll find the right size for you. Level 1 jump rope is a step over. So you just practice the rope swing and then you step over. You're kind of breaking down the two movements so you get used to the arm motion and you get used to the idea of clearing the rope. But you're not doing them both at the same time. That will be level 2, where the rope moves continuously and you're jumping over it. Again, we'll work towards that. So level 1 is just the step over, however many you can get done in 2 minutes, okay? So I'm gonna start the clock. We'll do as many step overs as we can in 2 minutes. Jump rope level 1. 3, 2, 1, go. So you get very comfortable with the idea of just what the rope's gonna feel like as it's going around, where it's going to hit the ground, stepping over it. And as you get comfortable, lift one foot up so that as it comes around, one foot's already clearing it, and then you just have the other foot to step over. And do that with both feet. Lead with the right and lead with the left. This is a good way to start getting ready for level number 2 because you're getting into the habit of raising your foot at the right time. And if that's, you're just purely at level 1, that's fine too. Let the rope hit your toes and then step over it and do the next one and then step over it. We're getting as many of these step overs as we can. You can see I'm taking baby steps forward, so I'll readjust to keep myself in the frame. But if you've got the space and you're just walking along, that's perfectly fine too. See how far you can walk while you're doing level 1 jump ropes. Just under a minute to go. You can get a feel for how to get that rope going fast, what's the slowest it can go and still have motion, how to whip it a little harder. Get a feel for that. Highly recommend wearing your sneakers for this one. If you're working out in flip-flops or bare feet, your toes might get a little sore from the rope. Just under 30 seconds to go. The idea of stepping over it also will make you very comfortable untangling the rope as you go to level 2. Because you're going to trip up, and then the best way to recover is to get the rope behind you and be ready to start with a good solid rope swing. So you're getting the fundamentals covered here, and that's time. We're really working on the fundamentals at level 1. So great job with the jump rope. I know you probably can do a higher level, and the next time you see the jump rope, you go for it, but we're just setting our foundation now. So score the number of reps you did either on the iPhone app or just keep track at home. We're going to gear up for the final movement, the thruster. Get a sip of water and I'll talk you through the thruster. My favorite movement, it involves a squat and the press up all being combined into one movement. Level 1 is with 0 load. Normally, or at levels 2 and level 3, you're holding a load right here up against the chest so that its center of gravity is as close to your body as you can get it. You don't want it out here torquing your lower back. You want it right here against your chest. So I'm going to pretend that I'm holding something. I actually like to hold a tennis ball. And if you have one, something super light, hold that right under your chin, right up against your throat. Elbows are up, pointed at the person across from you. Your feet are in the squat position, so shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly outward, elbows up, body weight on the heels. So remember, body weight in your heels and elbows up. If you remember that, the thruster will go pretty well for you. But you go down to a squat with those elbows up, then drive up and overhead with the load, in this case just the tennis ball, and back down for the rep. So Keys are keeping the body weight on the heel, keeping that load close to your chest, and full extension at the top. If you keep those things in mind, the thruster will come really easily, okay? As many level 1 thrusters as you can do in 2 minutes. I'll get the clock going for us. 2, 1, go. Down into the squat and up overhead with a full extension. Now some of you who are doing level 1 squats, which are arm assists with a pole, feel free to do that portion of the squat, of the thruster, like a level 1 squat. So maybe you're holding the pole, come down, come up, and once you get momentum, bring the hands in, and then finish that part here. Grab the pole, go down for the squat with the pole. So you can still do the pole assist for the squat portion of it, but if you're ready to do without that, or if you are at level 2 with the chair, do the squat that way, and then add the thruster extension at the top. But if you're able to do free squats now, even just a few, really focus on the perfect form. This isn't about getting a whole lot of reps. This is about making sure you really get the form of the thruster perfectly. Body weight's on the heels. My elbows are pointed out in front of me. Down and up until the load's overhead. When I wake up, the first thing I do in the morning actually is 10 of these air thrusters, no load thrusters, level 1 thrusters. And it completely aligns my body, gets my muscles working, gets me ready for the day. Shake it out as you need to. We have 35 seconds left. Again, load is as close to your body as you can, right up against your throat. Body weight on your heels, elbows out, pointed, overhead. Have your buddy watch your form. I can wiggle my toes at the bottom, my elbows are out, and straight overhead with the load at the top. 15 seconds left. One last time on the form, I'm gonna harp on this. Body weight's on your heels, elbows are out, straight up with the load overhead and back down. And stop. All right, that is the thruster, my favorite movement, the 20th of the 20 movements. So now, if you've done all 6 intro classes, you've seen all 20 movements done at level 1. And remember, I want you to score it at level 1 for now. And now you know what it feels like to do that, usually for 2 minutes, and you can get a sense of whether you're ready for level 2 or you want to push yourself harder at level 1. You know your base, we're gonna start making progress from there, okay? That's the whole idea of keep moving. You understand where you are now and make progress going forward. So let's move from the score phase of the movement plan now to the third phase, the challenge. Okay, we're here for the challenge with intro class number 6. We've got to complete as fast as possible. 5 rounds. So you're gonna do 5 rounds. Each round consists of 10 jump ropes at level 1, 10 box jumps at level 1, and then 10 jumping jacks at level 1, okay? So you need your jump rope, you need the line or the crack on the ground for box jumps, and then for jumping jacks, also at level 1, you just need your arms, I guess. I'm gonna start the timer and walk you through each of these, but make sure you've got the equipment you need, and we'll get after 5 rounds. When you finish, that's your score, how long it took you to finish. So you may want to start your own timer in case I'm not reading off the time to you when you finish. But we'll do 5 rounds of this as fast as possible, and our score is the time it takes to complete all 5 rounds. Sound good? I'm going to start that. Got my jump rope ready for 10 jump ropes. So 10 step over jump ropes. After 10 of these, we're going to go to the 10 box jumps. Oops. Starting to pick that foot up to get over the rope as it comes around. Gives me a little bit faster approach. So that's 10 of those. I'm going to use my jump rope for double duty, put it on the ground, and that's my box jump. Remember, loading both feet at the same time, they leave the ground. Catch your balance and step up. Step back for the rep. Just clearing that rope. 10 of these. Make sure you're catching yourself and standing up all the way before you step back for the next rep. Make sure your feet are leaving the ground together and landing together. You're probably way ahead of me, and that's fine. You just keep going, because the next thing is 10 jumping jacks. And this is the end of round 1 for me. We're going to do that 4 more times as fast as possible. We're 1 minute and 16 into it. Okay, I'm starting round number 2. Wherever you are, just keep going. 10 jumping ropes, 10 box jumps, 10 jumping jacks. Get them done as fast as you can. If you don't get too tangled in the rope. And again, this may be super easy for some of you. You can imagine how adding a higher level for some of these movements will really get the heart going and make it a bit more of a cardio challenge. But for now, it's all level 1. That's what the intro class is about. So 10 jumping jacks, 10 box jumps. Feet are leaving the ground together, landing together. And 10 jumping jacks. Now you may well be on round 3 or even 4. Just remember, it's 10, 10, 10 for a round. 10 jumping jacks, 10 box jumps. Or sorry, 10 jump ropes, 10 box jumps, 10 jumping jacks. Just finishing up my jumping jacks here for the end of round number 2. And we're 2 minutes and 41 seconds into it. I'm just starting my round number 3 with 10 more jump ropes. 10 jump ropes, 10 box jumps, 10 jumping jacks. The complete as fast as possible are tough because I can't see where you are, so I might be describing the jump rope as I'm doing that, and you might be on a different movement. I know a lot of people will get an understanding of what the challenge is and then turn me off. Can you believe it? Turn me off. And just use their own stopwatch, because once they know what they're supposed to do, they find it easier to focus on whatever movement they're actually doing rather than hearing me talk about it. So 10 jump ropes, 10 box jumps, and 10 jumping jacks. I'm on round number 3 here. So if you're kind of just pacing yourself with me, great, keep doing it. If you're way ahead of me and want to turn it off, feel free. If it's taking you a little bit longer to finish it, just keep going. You've got your own stopwatch there, keeping track of the time. The goal is just to understand how you work through 5 rounds of these movements. And it's different every time with the movement plan, so you're never totally sure how best to approach it. That's what keeps it fun and interesting. Remember, feet leave the ground at the same time, land at the same time, catch your balance, and stand up. As you get more familiar with all 20 movements, these challenges become much more exciting because you're already aware of how to do the movement properly. You're just trying to do it faster, never sacrificing form. All right, now 10 jumping jacks. Now another problem I have when I'm doing this is I lose count while I'm talking. So I probably do a few more than 10 sometimes, and that's all right. All right, that's 3 full rounds. We're at 4 minutes and 38 seconds. So round number 4 starting here for me. Jump rope's a great movement to work on in addition to what you have as part of the movement plan, because if you can get to level 2, it's so much faster than level 1. But in the beginning, getting the foundations down, level 1 works just great. Back to the box jumps over the line. Both feet leave the ground together, land together, get your balance, and step back. And 10 jumping jacks. That's going to be it for round number 4. I'm picking up the pace a little because I can see the end is near, almost at the finish line for today's challenge. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Let's see if we can get this last one done in record time. 10, 10, 10, and it's all over. All right. Jump ropes, box jumps. Remember, feet lead together, land together, stand up straight, step back. Really dip and drive and explode over the line. That's the whole idea of the box jump, is really getting those hips to be explosive, strong and explosive, and then the ability to catch your balance once you land. You're walking down the sidewalk after some of these and you trip, you'll be ready to catch your balance. Prevent that fall from happening in the first place. All right, and then 10 jumping jacks. We are done. All right, 7:08 on my clock. I'm gonna let this run until 7:30. If you're still going, keep going. 5 rounds at your pace of those movements. You're gonna take over the timer from me and just add on to 7:30, because we're coming up on 7:30. I'll tell you about the final bit of this intro class. So 7:30 in 2, 1, hack. 7:30. Now you keep going if you haven't finished yet, and come on back and join us for the 4th phase, which is the cool down, and I'll put that video in next. And you can do it with me, or if you have your own cool down methodology, by all means use that. Just make sure you stretch out those muscles, bring the heart rate back down, and as always, drink a lot of water, okay? So that's it for intro class number 6 after the cool down phase. Thank you for doing the intro classes with me. You should have a lot more confidence in approaching M20 movement plans going forward. So we can't wait to see you at one of the regular ones. They come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 times a week. We tell you what to do. We help you measure your progress, and we have the social element so that your friends can support and encourage you to get the exercise you know you want. So this is just the beginning of your healthy relationship with exercise. It's so good for you, health benefits galore. So don't have any reasons why you're not getting those health benefits anymore. You've covered all the barriers, you've overcome them, and you're just ready to have that great healthy relationship with exercise. So remember what we love to say at M20 Fitness, keep moving. Great job with the movement plan today. There's one more thing, the cool down. You have earned this. Let's start by sitting. Our feet are 90 degrees apart, and we're gonna take it out towards one side, reaching down towards that toe. If you can reach your toe, I want you to pull on it so your calf is being stretched, your hamstrings being stretched. Take some deep breaths. We're just kind of winding down, getting our pulse back down, our body starting to relax. We're making sure our muscles are stretched. Do the same thing out to the other side. I'm sure you've just done a great job scoring against some movements, setting a new personal best. I'm sure you kicked some butt in the challenge. Hopefully you're going to tell your friend about how well you did. Make sure he or she does it too. Okay, I want you to reach with one hand towards that foot, but the other hand comes over your head and towards the opposite foot. You get it kind of twisting and a lateral stretch all at the same time. If your buddy hasn't done the challenge yet, make sure you ride them until they do. It's more fun when you've got a few friends doing it with you. And let's do it the opposite way. So right hand towards your left foot, and the left hand comes up and over towards that right foot. Some nice deep breaths. Okay, legs straight out in front of you. Pull one foot in, crossing the leg over, and just give that ankle a nice twist. And let's give that knee a nice hug. Pull that in as hard as you can. You really feel it in your hamstring and your glute. And then go ahead and put your elbow on the outside of that knee and twist your body away from it. All right, now we need to do the same thing on the other side. So let's pull the other leg in, give it a little ankle twist. Now, as you're starting to recover and getting ready for the next movement plan, one of the things I want you to do is drink a lot of water. Go ahead and hug that knee. The water really helps with your body in recovery, getting all the toxins out, getting your muscles ready, and you get the most effect out of your workout if you hydrate well, both before and after. So knee goes on the outside, elbow on the outside of the knee rather, and twist away. Okay, now we're going to go into the cobra position, really stretch out the abdominals and the hip flexors. So starting from the push-up position, you're going to really arch that back. Now, I would never want you to do this during the push-up, but as a stretch, it's wonderful. Go ahead and look up towards the ceiling. You can really feel that all through the front of your body. Nice deep breath. Now we're going to take it up into downward dog, or an upside down V. Try and make your legs as straight as they can be, your arms and back as straight as they can be, and get your bottom up in the air. I'm feeling this in my calf muscles, my shoulder blades, and pretty much everything in between. All right, we're going to take it up to standing now. Get a little stretch in the upper body, so start with your right arm and pull it across your body, and then with your left arm, pull it towards you. Take a nice deep breath. All right, then we're going to take our left arm across our body, pull that towards you. And now your right hand, bring this up and down on the small of your back, and with your left hand, grab that right elbow, pull it down. Nice standing tall, deep breath. And we'll do it the same with the left hand going behind your head. Your right hand grabbing that left elbow, pulling down. Then one last stretch, interlock your fingers, take them straight up and over your head, and just reach. Get yourself as tall as you can. Elongate everything. Big deep breath. And let it out nice and slow. Fantastic job with today's movement plan. As I said, make sure you drink some water and get ready for the next one. We can't wait to see you. Keep moving.